continues to do what he does best after leading the country in face-off percentage last season at Vermont. And so now we get our first look at the Terps on offense. And a sight for sore eyes for Maryland. Jack Schultz back in the lineup with it. It's a Terps team that scored 11 goals a game, that was third in the Big Ten last season. And they get started here. Here's Elijah Stovall with the first shot saved. And there's our first look at Ryan Croddick in goal for Princeton. Now here come the Tigers the other way. Here's a shot and a goal off the bounce. Princeton starts early. Cooper Muller gets on top. And it's 1-0 Tigers just 30 seconds in. Muller, who had 6 goals last season, scores his first of the year. And watch how he just bounces that ball right past Brian Ruppel.
And that is the dream.
Over to Braden Urksa. He was quiet in the first game. Made his presence felt in the second. Behind the cage, looking for a pass. Cutting in was Whittier, they don't find him. Terps looking to get rid of it, Higgins. Still with the ball in his stick. Goes outside to Spanos. Over to Leo Johnson, the Terps' leading goal scorer this season, but he's met with the double team. Able to get it away to Spencer Ford, who finds Spanos. Under 30 on the clock. Spanos gets it away. Coming around, shooting it and scoring is Zach Whittier. And we're tied up at 1. The Terps' main distributor, and he also had 14 scores last season. He's got his first of the year, and it's 1 apiece. But the bounce shots have just been lethal in this first minute and change here from Seafront today. They decided to move Peter Bonanno back. So now Princeton, their first sustained possession. And here is Bonanno, a sophomore out of Providence, Rhode Island. Looks for a partner and finds one. This is Tucker Wade. Back to Bonanno. Bonanno puts the spin on his defender. Can the Tigers grab back the lead? Palumbo. Will take his matchup and put it in the back of the net. He worked by A.J. Larkin. And the new Princeton Tiger midfielder, Chad Palumbo, able to knock one in, his second goal of the season.
Yeah, Palumbo just made it look easy right there. So smooth. Look at this move, just gets inside way too easily, I think, for Maryland's liking. And Palumbo's not going to miss. He just buries that shot in the far corner.
Steady hand in this Princeton team as Carrier wins the faceoff for the Terps. Here comes Trevor Owens the other way. He finds Spanos, who looks for a pass. Eric Spanos, the graduate student out of Malvern, Pennsylvania, finds Jack Schultz, the sophomore. Schultz, part of that All-Big Ten freshman team a year ago. Finds Elijah Stovall. Had a career game against the Orange last week out. Stovall hands it off. Schultz finds Chris Lyons, one of a couple Yale transfers. Lyons to Spanos, and a goal for Maryland. Number 5 on the season for the Tewaaraton watch list honoree. And Eric Spanos ties things up at 2, and it's back and forth here at CQ.
Yeah, the Stars are out tonight. They're having a battle. I mean, just look at this shot from Spanos. Unleashes, no chance of that, so fast.
Possession. And it is Maryland ball. Here's Schaller. Now Brian Ruppel out of cage.
Yeah, Ruppel can come up a long ways. Didn't always play as a goalie. As a freshman, he actually led his high school team in scoring.
We talked about it in the Loyola game 2 weeks ago, but it just, you can feel the influence of Logan McNaney now on this coaching staff for the Terps. Here's Braden Urksa. Picked up by a long pole, he gets it out. Stovall all the way across to Lyons.
Yeah, Lyons got the short stick on him.
Into the middle, a shot and a goal. Leo Johnson, his 8th of the season. It leads the team, and Maryland's got their first lead of the afternoon as the two Yale transfers teaming up. It's a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, we just see Lyons has a short stick on him, does a great job to find his teammate, and Johnson just rifles that home. Great shot again, and I mean, I have to say, Craddock has had...
Looks for a pass, he finds one with Johnson. Terps trying to build on their lead here. Looking to set something up in the middle. Johnson still with it. Can't find a pass. 30 on the shot clock. Johnson backs down his defender. Goes out to Spanos, who finds the freshman Higgins. Urksa to Johnson again. Johnson. This is Whittier, excuse me, with it. Whittier into the middle. Spanos left-handed. It's a goal. Correction, Spencer Ford on the board, and it's 4-2 Terps. Maryland now with the biggest lead of either team today. Might only be a 2-goal lead, but with the way the scoring has been going, we could be setting ourselves up for a high-scoring game here.
Yeah, it certainly feels that way. It's been the offenses dictating the terms of this one so far. And I mean, you just look right here, the shot, good effort by Ford there. Just this, you do get the feeling that those mistakes are especially important given how these two teams have shown they can hurt each other. This gives Princeton a possession really to just try and claw a goal back.
Here's Bonanno. Will take his time. Find John Dunphy. Dunphy, the senior midfielder, puts a move on his defender. Goes for the pick and pop. Now behind the cage. 8 minutes to play in this first quarter. Maryland with a 2-goal lead. But Princeton looking to get one back. A cross, open look on goal, and a goal. 4-3 as Princeton gets on the board. Dunphy with his first of the season.
What a pass by Palumbo to find Dunphy right there. I mean, that is just brilliant. Finds the space, Dunphy suddenly has a really good look at goal, and he buries it. But I mean, man, Palumbo's pass just put that guy.
A rising entrepreneur in the face-off circle.
Yeah, entrepreneur, and he makes some nice music on the side too. Or at least you'd imagine he has good taste with his DJ sets.
Now Princeton looking for the tie. Here's Bonanno back into the middle with Dunphy. Dunphy gets around his man. No shot yet from the Tigers, 40 on the clock.
I have to say, Princeton's quietly done a really nice job in the face-off circle so far. That was something to watch. And so far handling this Maryland team well.
Going around looking for a shot on Rupel. They get it and tie it up. What a first quarter. It's been 8 goals. And we still got 7 minutes left. It's Bonanno joining in on the fun, his second of the year.
Yeah, Bonanno just there looked like he was playing on fast mode and the Terps were slow walking it. Just what a good run about him. Doesn't get picked up till late.
The long pole has it, looks for a shot, and he got dislodged before he could take it. Nicely done by the Tigers to force that ground ball.
Yeah, it was a really nice job by Owen to avoid the first defender, but then just ran into a couple guys, and good defensive work again by Princeton.
And if you were to tell me that this game would still be at 4-4 after the first quarter that we just watched, I would tell you, yeah, you're wrong. And yet here we are. No goals in the second quarter. Both teams have stiffened up their defense. Now it's Princeton's turn to look for a shot. Shot on the way by Burns. It gets by Rupel, and a goal for Princeton. 5-4. Check that. That's Parker Reynolds, the freshman, scoring his first career goal, and he's fired up about it. He's just given his Princeton Tigers a 5-4 lead.
Well, it couldn't be 4-4 forever. And for Reynolds right there, just does such a good job getting away from his defender and then just unleashes. I think Rupel might want to do a little bit better on that one. Yeah, the Tigers just doing, well, as I was about to praise them, they give up a potentially problematic turnover.
Maryland had it for the moment, and now they have it with Schaller, who takes that one out of the sky. Terps will slow down offensively. Jack Schultz with it. Boy, just the middle third of the field has been a dangerous place for both teams in transition here.
Yeah, it just keeps getting more dangerous as the game goes on.
Stovall with an open look and a goal. Elijah Stovall continues to stay hot. He's got his 6th goal of the season, and we are once again tied as we reach a timeout. Stovall with that left-handed hammer. Take another look at that one. Right in the top corner goes Elijah Stovall. We're tied up at 5. Got a good one brewing here on Big Ten Plus. They'll stay with Princeton. That one just slung over the goal. Princeton's got 30 seconds to take a shot. Kabiri works against Schaller. Schaller checks him. Princeton stays with it. Tucker Wade battling the shorty. Wade now switched on to a long pole. Shot on the way and a goal, 6-5. You knew at some point you were going to see Peter Bonanno again. He had one in the first quarter. He's got one here. It is 6-5 Princeton. What a goal that one was.
Yeah, just another snipe. And again, we've seen a lot of really good shooting. Guess what? We're going to see it again. Bonanno right there just unloaded. See it right here. The pass in is a good one. Bonanno goes a little bit sidearm, and it looks like there's a little bit of a screen there actually in front of Rupel, so it's hard to see. But regardless, Bonanno with great placement. Princeton takes the lead again.
Just a wicked angle. That ball with, what is that, like a 1/4 arm slot goes to the top of the pole, to use a baseball term there. McMeekin tries to answer, and another goal. It's Colin Burns. And he was on your ring camera with that one right in front of cage. And it's 7-5. Princeton, just like that, has added 2. And they lead by 2.
Yeah, burglar entered the house. The police couldn't arrive anywhere near in time that one. I mean, what a bit of work, though, by McMeekin off the face-off. Just sprinting immediately. No need to wait. Finds Burns, and Burns took a second to juke out Rupel and just finds the finish. I mean, that is such...
Johnny Gardner in the game for the Terps. First look at him today, sophomore out of Bethesda. 30 seconds, about a 3-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Johnson cradling, planning his attack. Picks up a screen from Whittier. Johnson. Couple of spins, can't find any room. He's got 13 seconds. Johnson retreats, floats it, somehow finds the pass, and a goal for Maryland. Braden Urksa struts into the embrace of his teammates. It's 7-6. Maryland cuts the lead in half. And with 9 seconds to go, there's that momentum you talked about, Dash. The Terps can rest a little easier here, now just down 1.
Yeah, that is a moment of magic from Leo Johnson. He looked like he was going nowhere. That play looked dead, but Johnson finds an incredible pass to Urksa, and Urksa...
There's Princeton on the other end. One-on-one matchup, a spin, but no shot on A.J. Larkin. Under 40 to shoot. Here goes Kabiri, working against Schaller. Long pass outside. Into a double team. It was Carson Kramer who had it last. Time running out here for Princeton. Chad Palumbo into the attack after playing midfield, where he was pretty good at it these past couple of seasons. Now Kabiri. A matchup on Gravino, a shot and a goal. Princeton makes it 8-6. And a 2-goal lead, which just feels more and more important. And for Princeton, this might be the most significant goal yet.
Yeah, and what a goal this is, just weaving, and then the shot. Man, you do wonder if maybe that's one.
Maryland on offense has been pretty muted in this third quarter. Nice dodge by the Tigers. Now it's Bonanno again. Princeton taking this offensive possession slowly. A good screen set. Alexander just went right through Colin Burns. Now they tried to find something at the doorstep. It falls to another Tiger. Another shot on the way to the right of Rupel. This one a little closer in terms of possession, but will stay with Princeton.
Yeah, and a good shot. Again, just didn't quite trouble Rupel the way that they wanted it to.
Final 8 seconds of the shot clock. They look for a pass. They find one, and another goal for the Tigers. What a play drawn up. Bonanno on the board again. And it's 9-6. And a potential upset brewing here in College Park, as the Tigers, ranked 12th, have jumped 3 goals ahead of second-ranked Maryland.
Yeah, and what a play right there. The pass is just excellent
in this one so far. Spanos runs into a double team. Has to retreat to find Chris Lyons. Now it's Johnson. Nifty spin move. Leo Johnson works it all the way across. Took a deflection, but Schultz cleans it up. Now he takes a shot, and that ball caroms off the sign and will stay with Maryland.
Yeah, and Johnson's idea was clever, but he didn't quite execute it, and then Schultz with a great job recovering that pass, unleashing. Just couldn't get on target.
Johnson, using his speed, takes a shot and sneaks it by Chronic. There's your goal. Terps cut the deficit to 2 as Leo Johnson adds his second of the game. Now 1 shy of double-digit goal numbers on the season.
And Maryland needed that. Johnson here just finding some space. Again, he does such a good job. Looks like he's well guarded. Looks like he maybe doesn't have somewhere to go.
At the goal. And looks for a pass. Urksa. Out to Johnson. Puts a spin on his defender. Had Lyons open. He opts to go to the opposite side. Urksa to the top. Higgins. True freshman looking for his first goal, and he's got it. A nifty finish from Higgins to make it 9-8. Boy, a guy who you don't see too many true freshmen in the starting lineup. Matt Higgins is one of them. The 5-star attacker with a 5-star first goal as a Terp.
Yeah, I mean, that is an incredible goal. Just look at this right here. He just finds a little bit of space. He was twisting and turning and then just sneaks that in. That's a really tough shot to finish. And man, I mean, perfectly placed. Chronic had it, the angle on that, just couldn't get to it.
Bonanno chased by Larkin. Hands it off to Wade. Schaller picks him up. Wade dumps it off. Time running out for Princeton on this possession. Nate Kabiri, All-American from last season. Battling Peter Lake. They switch him on to Kohler. There's a loose ball in front of cage. Rupel opts to let it go. They find an open man in the middle and an open goal. Back and forth we go in the third quarter as the Tigers add another. Reynolds has got another. And Princeton into double digits. It's 10-8 here. We'll take another look in the moment here.
God, what a shot right there from Reynolds. That is great placement. Just an absolute snipe.
Fantastic work by Reynolds. Timeout called.
Far from over.
Of course, that Penn State team, one that Princeton is eager to face again this season in the tournament. Maryland going quickly off the faceoff. Eric Spanos knocks one through, and it's 10-9. He was largely missing for a large part of this game in the second quarter, and number 1 with the goal to put the deficit at 1 for the Terps.
This feels like the first quarter again. I mean, so fast. This time it's the Terps who are really hustling off the faceoff, and a great pass to Spanos. He buries it. Really, really good play by Maryland right there. And on offense, these last couple possessions for Princeton have been great defensively, and now I think they can just afford to hold the ball and set up for one big look at the end of the quarter.
Got 30 seconds to work with here. Shot clock not a factor right now. Princeton led by as much as 3. Their deficit cut to 1. Here come the Tigers. 15 seconds to work with. Palumbo hands it off. Shot on Rupel, taken away. Palumbo still there with 4 seconds. It goes off the post and backed in. And there's the 11th goal for Princeton. We'll see who they credit that one to, but in the final seconds of the third frame, the Tigers earn that ever-important second goal lead. We'll take another look at this one. There's a bit of a wonky play here.
Yeah, and it was Burns who gets credited with it in the end. Just bounces it off the post. Looks like it hit off Ruppel's back and then went into the net. I mean, Princeton just turned up the heat at the end of that possession. Princeton's been able to do it without a perfect performance.
Final 20 on the shot clock here for the Tigers. Got an open look. Feigned by Burns, who steps back against the shorty and misses wide. Good defense played by Thomas Gravino, the junior out of Victor, New York. 9 seconds on the shot clock here for Princeton. So here comes another one of these late possession situations. Tucker Wade brings it up here. Wade charges right towards the goal and puts it in the bottom corner. 12-9. That was just a straight isolation. He dodged past his man, and the Princeton lead is back up to 3 with 12 minutes to play.
Yeah, that is massive right there. Wade just able to evade the defenders. The Bethesda native with a critical goal.
Tucker Wade, another one of those All-American honorable mentions.
You see it right there. Just, it's almost too easy for him. Just sneaks away and then just finishes. It's like he's an eel.
Just Princeton looking to put the Tigers up by 4. Dunphy against the shorty and Gravino. Kramer had it for a moment but couldn't pick it cleanly. At the matchup again on the D-midi. Dunphy lost it. Consistent pressure from Lake. It's picked up by Princeton. Still held in the stick of Jake Vana. Vana charging towards goal. Puts it on Ruppel and puts it past him. It's 13-9 Princeton. And Jake Vana potentially puts the final nail in the coffin here with 7 minutes to play.
I mean, what a run by Vana. Just evades guys, finds that opening, and he's never going to miss from there. That is a huge goal.
2 seasons with at least 100 ground balls. A guy who has been part of the Ivy League tournament team 3 times now. McMeekin has fared well against Carrier and Dodge here.
Yeah, it's been a heavyweight matchup, and he hasn't won most of them, but he's won some really big ones today. 9 for 22 overall. He's really had a heavy workload. He's gotten some seriously big wins for sure, including
a feint on Stamos, picked out by Ruppel. Nice work.
Yeah,
the Terps goalie making that save.
It was a huge save, a great chance for Princeton, and had they gotten that, that might have felt like game.
Larkin thought about it, hands it off. Spanos snipes it home. 13-10. As Spanos continues to collect those Infinity Stones, he's got 3 goals in this game to match the deficit of 3. We'll take another look at this one as you see Spanos telling this team it's not over yet. Watch that one fly right into the net. 13-10. Princeton ahead here on Big Ten Plus. Shot slung right into the stick and deflected out by Ruppel. And Will Schaller takes it away. Terps coming in on the opposite end. Eric Kohler, Towarton watch list member. Out to Spanos, also on that list. Spanos, his man falls down. Looks for a pass. Johnson at the top. To Whittier. Takes on a long pole and halts his attack. Johnson got the step. Looks for a shot, pops it over to Whittier. Whittier back out. Spanos again! Number 4 for number 1. And it's 13-11. Terps keep inching closer to Princeton. They needed Spanos, and he's delivered with the last 2 goals for Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland looked more dynamic there. And again, it's Spanos. He's been their best shooter today. Right there, gets the pass and just unloads. A little bit of a screen, it looked like, on Croddick. For Spanos, another
move after that loose ball just came up short.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a race to see who could get closer to the ball, get possession, and the way both guys just absolutely dived at the end, you see just how much this means to these teams.
Boy, a loose ball that Princeton had for the moment. Schaller is hacking at it, trying to get it away, and Maryland comes up with it. The crowd here at CQ starting to get into it. Terps need 2 goals in 90 seconds. Lions Gets the step and scores. It is a 1-goal game. Lions came up a little shaken after scoring his first. And all of a sudden, Maryland making this one interesting in the final minutes.
Yeah, you can just see the desperation right now. But Lions, oh, I mean, what a run from him and what a goal. But then he got rocked right afterwards.
Take a look at it again. It was Lions just running right into traffic.
Yeah, you do wonder if he went knee on knee there, and those are just so painful.
First game against the Terps in 22 years. It starts with Higgins. 8 seconds on the clock. He's looking for a partner. He keeps it. Higgins still looking for a pass. In the middle, Stobaugh saved by Croddick. And time runs out. The Tigers take down the Terps. 12 upsets, 2 in an instant classic here in College Park. Elijah Stobaugh had the look in the final seconds, but Ryan Croddick, we talked about him at the start of the quarter. He continues to keep Princeton in the game, and he makes the biggest play of the game to end it.
Yeah, that was an incredible finish, this one. And we're going to see it again right here. Maryland got a chance that they will be happy with. I mean, Stobaugh is right there on the doorstep, but Croddick, what a save. Just extends, gets himself up there, and is able to make the stop. That's massive. And then we see it again from this angle. Stobaugh able to just corral the ball before it could get away, hold on, and wow.